So I'm starting to feel like we're playing hot potato with the boys, the men's. And ladies, to be honest, you're toxic too. So you're included, but I'm not gonna come down your road because I don't date y'all. But I'm starting to feel like we're playing hot potato with the men's as is because before we pass them on to the next person, we lack the effort of holding them accountable. We lack doing the research and gaining understanding. We lack trying. Now, let me be very clear, I don't condone abuse of any kind, physical, emotional, verbal. Like, I'm not talking about sticking it through when it gets dangerous. And I'm not even saying stick it through. I'm saying just hold people accountable and figure out what's going on so somebody can get to the root of the problem. Oftentimes, you meet a man, something happens, and then you pass them on to the next person. And the next person get him. He do the same thing he been doing. The next person get upset, pass him on to the next person. And this goes on for years. And at some point, when does somebody grab that sucker by his collar of his shirt and say, I don't like this. This is not working for you. This is not working for me. Why do you do this? Is this what you saw your father do? Is this what you saw your mother do? Is this what has been acceptable in your life? Because it's not working. It's not right. Like, you have to stop this. I feel like once we do that part, then you can pass them on and go on about your business. I feel like we're not holding the people accountable for their mistakes. Respectfully, I feel like we playing hot potato with ain't shit niggas. And I mean that in the most respectful way. It's just everybody just passing them. Ain't nobody stopped and grabbed that hot potato and smashed it. Well, clearly you smashed it. That's why we're here. But I think what I'm trying to say is I want us to stop passing toxicity around. I want us to stop passing mess around. I want us to stop sending that broken, unhealed trauma of a person off to the next person without making the effort to bring about change, to bring about betterment, to bring about healing. Encourage that man or that woman to go to therapy. Encourage that man or that woman to figure out what is going on. Why do you cheat? Why are you aggressive? Why are you always combative? Why are you controlling? Why are you manipulative? Why do you always feel like you have to be right even though you're not right? And I got the proof and the receipts right here. What is the issue? Now, if they choose not to do the work, if they choose not to look inward, that's on them. But I think what will begin to happen once we start grabbing folks by their collar and having conversations, I think what will happen is that they'll look up and they'll start to see that I done missed out on a good thing. Eventually, they'll be like, okay, I'm the problem. I need to get it together. Unfortunately, most times they realize they're the problem and they decide to get it together once it's too late. But at least you can say, I did my part. I just want us to, as a collective, come together and realize that we just passing around a bunch of toxicity. We just passing around mess. And at some point, the mess got to stop being passed around and the mess got to be cleaned up. And I'm not saying it's your job to clean them up, but we got to start somewhere because the air is polluted and the water is dirty. And it just got to stop. It just got to stop. And this is not just a bash men. This ain't a men are trash. Women, you're included. And we can blame the mothers and the fathers and everybody include like everybody played a part in this. So everybody can catch that blame. But the pass around, it's getting tired. It's getting old. And it's time that we not only look inward, but start holding people accountable unapologetically and stop saying, that ain't my job, that ain't my job. So, what were you going to do if y'all were to get married? What were you going to do if y'all ended up having a child together? Huh? I'd rather we start holding people accountable now before we end up making wedding mistakes. Because weddings ain't cheap and neither are divorces. Huh? But who are me? I'm single. And I'm trying my best to mind my business.